Although each load may be different, you can use the same process to determine how many tie-downs to use. One for every 10 feet or fraction thereof cargo length. One additional strap if cargo is not constrained from forward movement. This is not required for cargo that's 5 feet or less in length and is not over 1,100 pounds. The total working load limit of all tie-downs must be at least 1/2 the cargo weight. Remember that tie-downs that don't cross over the load to the other side of the trailer only count as 1/2 their working load limit. Keep in mind that these are minimum requirements. You can always use more if it improves load securement. The regulations don't specify what type of tie-down to use and exactly where to place them. That's something you'll have to determine based on the characteristics of the load. Here are some general guidelines for securement devices. All tie-downs, parts, and components must be in proper working order with no damaged or weakened components, such as cracks or cuts that will adversely affect their performance for cargo securement purposes, including reducing the working load limit. Tie-downs and securing devices must not contain knots. A damaged tie-down, even if you're using more than the minimum required, will count as a violation during a roadside inspection. Check the working load limit of each tie-down device to determine how many you'll need to use, based on the weight you're restraining from movement. If they're not marked, use the working load limit established in the regulations section 393.108. Vehicle structures must have no damaged or weakened components such as cracks or cuts that will adversely affect their performance for cargo securement purposes. A material used for blocking and bracing must not have damage or defects which would compromise its effectiveness. Each tie-down must be attached and secured in a manner that prevents it from becoming loose, unfastening, opening, or releasing when the vehicle is in transit. Edge protection must be used whenever a tie-down would be subject to abrasion or cutting at the point where it touches an article of cargo. The edge protection must resist abrasion, cutting, and crushing. Articles of cargo that are likely to roll must be restrained by chocks, wedges, a cradle, or other equivalent means to prevent rolling. The means of preventing rolling must not be capable of becoming unintentionally unfastened or loose while the vehicle is in transit. In addition to following the federal regulations, you should also take into account your company's policies and shipper requests as well. It is the driver's responsibility to ensure that the cargo is adequately secured before beginning the trip. Once the trip is underway, cargo securement must be inspected within the first 50 miles. Additional inspections are to be completed when the driver makes a change of duty status or when the truck has been driven for 3 hours or 150 miles, whichever occurs first. We've covered the basic regulations regarding load securement, but the list of the types of cargoes that can be carried on a flatbed is almost endless. The DOT offers a booklet on their website that not only recaps what we've covered, it also contains commodity-specific regulations for 11 different types of loads. Take advantage of this free booklet and be sure to check the types of loads you'll be hauling to make sure you're in compliance with the cargo-specific regulations.